Hi everyone, welcome to the Health Tip this week. It's Dr. Marco. This week we're going over question and answer. So sometimes people ask me when I'm getting the network care and I'm lying down on the table, sometimes you ask me to turn my head to the left and to the right before you do some of the contacts that you do. What does that head turning thing do? Well, with network care, there's sort of a priority or a hierarchy of when we need to do contacts for what part of the spine and the nerve system. So just as far as the care in general, there's sort of like a priority. If the cervical or the neck is involved, that needs sort of input, our help. If that shows up, that's your priority as far as the network care goes. So let's say you're lying down and one leg is shorter than the other, and you turn your head one way and then you turn your head the other way. If turning your head one way or the other and your legs even out, that tells us that there's a priority for the upper cervical neck, so that I need to do some of my inputs on the spine to send the signals to the brain to pay attention to that part of the spine to do some of the corrective work. If it evens really slowly, it might be some more the lower part of the neck. If it just kind of bounces but it doesn't even out, that's more telling us that there's something in the sort of middle to upper part of the neck, usually like a sideways bending kind of tension problem. So those tension things, patterns that can be up in the upper neck there, that can influence your whole spine. So the way we kind of describe that is like, here's my sort of makeshift drawing of a marionette here. So here's the hand and here's the marionette. So depending on what the hand does up here, it'll actually change the legs down here. So if you can see, if I pull up like this, that would be like tension in the upper neck, and that could actually pull and make one leg look shorter than the other. So oftentimes people really don't have a short leg. Maybe 5% of the population physically have their leg is shorter just because maybe it was broken or there was some growth problems or something. But the majority of people, when they lie on the table, the leg just appears short just because there's tension or areas of tension all along that side of the body. It could be like a millimeter with, a number of different joints being compressed a little bit from tension, and then as you lie down, the leg just appears shorter. So a lot of that leg length difference can actually be due to like tension and imbalances in the upper neck. So as this marionette describes, tension in the upper neck can have an effect all the way down the system, right down into the legs and how the legs appear. And sometimes turning the head will give us a priority and tell us where we need to send the inputs to which part of the upper spine, basically. So that's why we get you to turn your head left and right, because it's a priority. And if I see it balancing, or if I see balancing in certain parameters when you turn your head, then I know the contacts that I need to do or the inputs that I need to do with the network care have to do with bringing your brain's attention to the upper spine to do the work that it needs to do to balance that phase or that pattern of imbalance in the system. So that's why we get you to turn your head left and right. So hopefully that was helpful to get you to understand some of the care that we do. And that's your health tip for this week. Once again, if you guys have any questions about the care or anything like that, just send an email into the office, and I'll try to put a video together so you help you understand what you're getting done to you and why it's happening and why it's working and that kind of thing. So that's your health tip for this week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.